Did you get an M1 MacBook Pro or a Windows desktop custom PC build? Let's find out. We're going to start out with the custom PC or just really good spec'd out desktop PC, right? And the reason we're comparing that to the M1 is because they come around the same price, right? So how do you know which one is better for you? There's 3 reasons you should get a desktop PC over a M1 MacBook. Number 1 is if you want a really customized setup. So obviously, if you buy a MacBook, you can't really change it. It comes the way it is. So if you want something really custom, and that, not just a laptop, but like keyboard, the speakers, everything, right? Because a desktop is going to be in one place. So you can really personalize everything around it, including what's inside the actual computer. So they're easier to upgrade, all of this stuff. So if you want something really customized and personalized to you, and you work from home a lot, then a desktop PC is a great choice. Number 2 is along those same lines, and this is if you have really big workflows, right? It's really easy to set up multiple monitors with a desktop PC, and you can get a ton of RAM in there and just go to town with music production, with video editing, with animation, with any projects you want to do, which leads into reason number 3, which is gaming. Obviously, you can barely play any games on this. So you already know if that's what you want to do and want to focus on and want that experience, Windows desktop PC is the only way to go. Because honestly, their laptops kind of suck. What about the MacBook M1? And you might be wondering, what about other MacBooks, right? What about the Air from 2020? What about old budget MacBooks like this 2015 MacBook Pro? The reason I'm going with the M1 is because it actually, 1, has bigger advantages compared to a desktop PC, and number 2, it's a really good value. This one you can get around $1,000, which is crazy. Number 1 reason you should get one of these is actually because you prefer not always working from home. I was really excited to get a desktop PC and I thought it was going to change everything, and it kind of did. But then I realized I kind of missed going to the coffee shop and video editing or doing music production or whatever it is. Like, I didn't like being stuck to one place. And in my opinion, as you might have guessed, Windows laptops have not had good experiences despite buying $3,000+ ones in the past. So if you like working at coffee shops, or maybe even traveling across the world, or just want to work from more than just one desk, one location, and you want easy mobility, MacBook Pro M1 is the easy choice. Number 2, you want insane productivity from a laptop, so like on the go. The thing I really love about these, probably the most for productivity, is being able to swipe across different desktops. Now, you don't actually know how helpful this is until you've done it before. It's really the best you can possibly get, closest to a second screen, productivity-wise. I know they're trying to achieve something similar on Windows, but as far as I know, they haven't achieved it yet. And even on the big desktop computer I have, they still do not have this. And like, going like that is extremely fast, extremely easy. It helped me a ton when it came to learning coding just on a laptop, which, by the way, I did on this 2015 super old dinosaur model. And something that's completely unsaid, something that should not be understated, is the editing experience for video editing is actually, that's the wrong one, is actually faster on this thing than it is on super spec'd out desktop PC. And the reason for that is the codecs that they have built in that read a lot of the modern file formats. So Sony cameras, DJI drones, all of that stuff, you can edit faster, edit more 4K clips on the screen at once than you can on a desktop PC for the same price. I will say the desktop PC all spec'd out does render faster, but I don't really care how fast it renders. I care how fast I can edit, because when it's rendering, I can leave. I don't have to sit there and watch it. But when I'm editing and it's being slow, it really messes with my workflow. So that's reason number 2, is you want fast, seamless video editing and great productivity on the go. The number 3 reason this is super understated is convenience, particularly if you have an iPhone or if you just want exclusive Apple products. So we'll talk about the exclusive products first. The biggest one that comes to mind for me is Logic Pro, which a lot of my favorite music producers and artists use, not available at all on Windows. And it's not that expensive. And that and Pro Tools are the two big ones, and Pro Tools you have to pay forever, per month. If that is a deal breaker to you, then you should definitely go for this. A ton of music producers just work off a MacBook Pro. The last part of that, as you might have guessed, is working with an iPhone. You may think it's the same, right? You can transfer clips pretty easily from iPhone just by plugging it into your desktop PC and manually dragging things over. But the ease and convenience of AirDrop, like, cannot be understated, especially when it comes to dragging stuff from computer to the iPhone, right? Usually I just upload things to Google Drive, I constantly run out of space, and I have to download them on my iPhone. However, when all I have to do is open the little AirDrop folder and drag it in, whether it's a completed video project, completed song, whatever, and it transfers within like a couple seconds, I feel like most of the time. Oh my goodness, it's so nice. If you pair that with iCloud, right? So you can sort of go between files from your desktop and your phone really easily. Like, staying within that ecosystem is super helpful for productivity. Alright, so those are the 3 points. Desktop is really best for a really customized setup that you might want to change, or you want just to really feel personalized to you. Number 2, you want really big workflows, get a ton done, huge screens. And number 3, obviously, for gaming. Then the MacBook Pro M1. Number 1, right, is you prefer to not always work from one spot. Working at like coffee shops or maybe on the beach, it's just a vibe. Like, you can't really replace that. So if that's important to you, then you should definitely get this over a desktop PC. And you won't realize how much you miss it until you get that desktop, because I used laptops for my entire life. And then I was like, desktop is gonna be better in every way. And then I was like, man, I miss editing on the go. Like, I hate having to be locked up in my room to work on anything. Number 2 is that insane video editing performance. Oh my goodness, it's literally crazy. I love being able to edit faster and do all of that stuff, which obviously, when you take into account the desktop using like a mouse and keyboard, some things can be faster, but you can pretty easily plug those into this, obviously. Number 3, if you just want the convenience or you want any exclusive apps that only Mac has to offer, then definitely go with the MacBook Pro M1 specifically. This is an incredible, incredible value. More so, honestly, the Air is really good, and it's still an M1. But yeah, these are closer than you might think, but definitely all better than a super old 2015. That thing freezes when I'm video editing every minute or two. It sucks. It's literally unusable. I don't know how I got away learning to code on that for 2 years. Maybe because it's not as intense as obviously editing 4K video clips. But guys, if you have to choose, I hope that helps you. I do have both, but I think there's a place for both of them because I love my customized personal little space, and I love being able to travel and get a ton done, or just go edit in coffee shops or whatever. It's really helpful, and I'm really excited to use Logic Pro more for music production. Next, if you want to know which Pro M1 to get, which is the best value today, definitely check out that video. It's coming out really soon, and spoiler alert, in my opinion, be this one. So stay tuned for that and have an amazing rest of your day. Peace.